Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. It is finally the end of January, which means I can film my February TBR using the TBR jar. If you've never seen one of these before, I use the TBR jar that's full of prompts and I pick out some prompts which then chooses what books I read in the next month. So February is a shorter month, but it is a leap year this year, so there's 29 days rather than 28. So I feel like I'm still going to pick 6 books out. I've read 4 in January, hoping for it to be 5, but it was a bit of a slower reading month. So I am going to pick out 6 and hope that I can get House of Flame and Shadow on here using the prompts, because that does come out on the 30th in 2 days as I'm filming this, and I really want to read that as soon as it comes out, so I will probably finish it in February, so I'd like to get that on there. Other than that, I don't really have any thoughts. I'm just gonna go for it. So I forgot to take out the prompts from last month, so we might get some of the same, but that's okay because I didn't do too well on my January TBR anyway. So the first prompt is, okay, this is easy. I'm choosing House of Flame and Shadow for this one. It is a book that intimidates you. House of Flame and Shadow is the 3rd book in the Crescent City series by Sarah J Maas, if you didn't know. I'm just going to pull up how many pages it is, because any book, honestly, any book over 500 pages automatically intimidates me. But Sarah J Maas's books, especially the Crescent City series, are known for being long. So House of Flame and Shadow is 848 pages. I don't know if it's going to focus, but it is 848 pages, and I am intimidated by this book because the ending of House of Sky and Breath was insane, not what I expected at all, and I just really hope that the 3rd book is done well, because I don't know how to say this without giving spoilers, but something was set up at the end of House of Sky and Breath for the next book, and it's definitely what the fandom wants, so I just hope that it's done well. So that is why that book intimidates me. But that was easy. We've got House of Flame and Shadow on the February TBR. I don't have it physically, obviously, because it hasn't come out yet, but I'll have it in 2 days because I did pre-order it, obviously. Okay, the second prompt for February is, I can't remember if I had this last month or not. A book with a 5-word title. Okay, I've picked out 4 options, none of which were really on my radar, but these all have 5-word titles, so we're gonna have to choose from one of these, or I could look on my Kindle. Actually, I might look on my Kindle after this, but we have The True Love Experiment. That's 4 words. No, we don't. We have Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney. Sally Rooney is the author of Normal People, which is like my favourite book of all time. This one I have not read yet, but it came out like a couple of years ago now, I'm pretty sure, so I do need to get round to it, but I'm just scared because the chapters are really long. Then we have Things I Wanted to Say by Monica Murphy. This is a romance, and this is the thickest book in the world. It's 640 pages, which is so unnecessarily long for a romance book, but this is the first book in like her series. I think it's called the Lancaster Prep series. I do really want to read this series, so that is definitely an option. And then I also have An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir, which is a fantasy. I think it's a fantasy romance. An orphan fighting for her family, a soldier searching for his freedom, a story burning to be told. I've heard incredible things about this, but with House of Flame and Shadow on my TBR, I'm a bit scared to add another fantasy on there. I'm going to quickly look on my Kindle to see if I have any other options, and then we'll assess. Okay, we have an immediate option by Christina Lauren. Christina Lauren just released a new book. It's like a 100-page novella, I'm pretty sure. and it's called The Exception to the Rule, which is 5 words, and it's only like 100 pages, and I did download it on my Kindle the other day when it came out. So that is definitely an option. Also, that would be like a good short like romance novella to cleanse my palette after House of Flame and Shadow, so I feel like that is a good option. I feel like either The Exception to the Rule, it's come up on my Kindle now, The Exception to the Rule by Christina Lauren, or Things I Wanted to Say, but I just don't know because this book is so long, but I do want to read it. It gives me like Gossip Girl vibes and I don't know why. Do you know what? I know that it's thick. Oh, also this was a gift from M. Oh, you can't even see it. Okay, whatever. But this was a gift from M. Okay, I'm going to put Things I Wanted to Say on here because... just because. Honestly, I don't have a reason. I really want to get into this series. And if I don't put it on now, when am I ever going to put it on? So, that's going on my TBR. Third prompt for February is... we've got 2 really long books on here already, so we need to get some short ones on here. So that I have some chance of completing this TBR. I can't remember what prompts I got last month, but I just feel like I'm getting all the same prompts. But I don't know if that's correct. A book that you think you will rate 5 stars. This could literally be anything. Okay, I'm going to put on Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross for a book that I think I'm going to rate 5 stars. This is the second book and the final book in the Divine Rivals duology. The first book was obviously Divine Rivals, and it was like a rivals to lovers romance, or fantasy romance, which ended on a huge cliffhanger. I've heard that this one isn't as good as Divine Rivals, but I still want to read it nonetheless. Obviously, I need to find out what happened after the cliffhanger at the end of the first book, so Ruthless Vows is the next book that's going on my TBR. Okay, I want some more romances on here because it's February, like it's the month of love. We need to read some romances this month, so okay. Prompt 4 is a book that ends in an odd number of pages. I feel like I've got that one before as well. Am I just repeating the prompts? I don't know. Okay, I found 2 options, both romances. So the first one we have is Reckless by Elsie Silver, which is the 4th book in the Chestnut Spring series. And then I also have King of Wrath by Anna Huang. So Reckless ends on page 391. You're just gonna have to believe me because I can't be bothered to focus that. And then King of Wrath ends on page 379. So both of these books do end on an odd number of pages. King of Wrath is slightly shorter, but there's more words on the page, and I know that the Chestnut Spring series is fast-paced to read because I've read the first 3 books in the series, and I do need to finish this series. But I do really want to start this series by Anna Huang. I haven't finished the Twisted series yet. I've still got 2 books left in that series left to read. But I really want to start this series. I think I'm going to put King of Wrath on here. Maybe we'll be able to get Reckless on with the next prompt, but I really want to read King of Wrath. I think it's prompt 4. No, it's prompt 5 because House of Flame and Shadow. Oh my god. Stop it. A book that ends in an even number of pages. So we literally just got the opposite one. Okay, an even number of pages. Damn, well we know that Reckless doesn't. Okay, I have a few options. So the first option is Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas, because this was on my January TBR and I didn't pick it up. I haven't started my reread of the Throne of Glass series yet, and I really need to. I don't know what it is, I just haven't been able to bring myself to start the reread yet. But that one does end in an even number of pages. And then One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig also ends in an even number. It's 392. And then we also have The 7 Year Slip by Ashley Poston, which ends on page 326. And that is like a short, cute little romance that I feel like would be so fast to read. And I did say I want romances on this TBR, but I don't know what to do. So I think I am going to do the 7 Year Slip because I have House of Flame and Shadow and Ruthless Vows, which both finish out series, so I feel like it's like I should start Throne of Glass in March. Or maybe I will still pick it up this month, but I think for the actual February TBR, I think I'm going to put on the 7 Year Slip because, again, February, we want romances. So I have 3 romances currently and 2 fantasies. So, one final pick. We'll see what it is. I'm scared. The final prompt for February is... Okay, this is perfect. It is a book by one of your favourite authors. We can put Throne of Glass on here anyway because Sarah J Maas is one of my favourite authors of all time. So we have 3 fantasy books and 3 romance books, which I think is literally perfect. So here are the 5 physical books that we currently have on our February TBR, and then we will also have House of Flame and Shadow. So I feel like that's a really good mix. 3 romance, 3 fantasy. That's literally perfect. I can't wait for this TBR. It's very exciting. Yeah, hopefully I actually stick to this TBR and actually complete it because I didn't do very well on January's, but we'll see.